Liam loved the outdoors. He loved exploring. He loved the feeling of the wind in his hair and the sun on his face. More than anything, Liam loved adventure. He craved it. He dreamed of far-off lands and magical creatures. He spent hours reading books about explorers and their discoveries. Liam lived with his mother in a small cottage on the edge of a vast forest. The forest was off limits, his mother always said. It was too dangerous. But Liam couldn't help but wonder what secrets lay hidden amongst the trees. He could feel the forest calling to him, whispering promises of adventure. Every day, Liam would sneak to the edge of the woods just to peer into its depths. He imagined towering trees and twisting paths. He imagined strange creatures and hidden waterfalls. He yearned to explore its mysteries. One day, unable to resist the call any longer, Liam decided to venture just a little way into the forest. He promised himself he wouldn't go far, just a peek, just a taste of the adventure that awaited. The forest was cooler than Liam expected. The air was thick with the scent of pine needles and damp earth. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, creating a dappled pattern on the forest floor. Liam took a deep breath, savouring the unfamiliar smells and sounds. He walked cautiously, his eyes darting from side to side. He saw strange insects he had never seen before. He heard the rustle of unseen creatures in the undergrowth. Fear tickled at the edges of his mind, but it was overwhelmed by the thrill of exploration. As he walked, Liam noticed something strange. The deeper he went into the forest, the brighter the light became. It was as if the sun itself was shining brighter here, illuminating the path ahead. He followed the light, his heart pounding with anticipation. He couldn't explain it, but he knew he was about to find something extraordinary, something that would change his life forever. The light led Liam to a small clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient oak tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like gnarled fingers. The light seemed to emanate from the base of the tree, casting an ethereal glow over the clearing. As Liam approached the tree, he noticed something sparkling at its base. He bent down and brushed away the leaves, revealing a smooth, round stone. But this was no ordinary stone. It shimmered and pulsed with an inner light, its surface swirling with colors Liam had never seen before. He reached out and touched the stone. A jolt of energy shot up his arm, making him gasp. The colors on the stone's surface swirled faster, then coalesced into a single point of blinding white light. Liam closed his eyes against the glare. When he opened his eyes again, he was no longer in the forest. He was surrounded by a landscape unlike anything he had ever seen before. Panic surged through him. Where was he? How had he gotten here? How had he... Liam found himself standing on a floating island. Below him, a vast expanse of clouds stretched as far as the eye could see. Above him, two suns blazed in a sky streaked with vibrant colors. Strange winged creatures soared through the air, their cries echoing through the silence. He was surrounded by towering crystals that pulsed with light, casting shifting patterns across the landscape. The air crackled with an unseen energy, making the hairs on his arms stand on end. It was both beautiful and terrifying. Fear threatened to overwhelm Liam. He wanted to go home. He wanted his mother. He wanted the familiar comfort of his own world. But he was trapped here in this strange and wonderful place with no idea how to get back. As he stood there trying to make sense of what had happened, he heard a voice behind him. A voice that seemed to echo in his mind. "Welcome, Liam," the voice said. "Welcome to the multiverse." Liam turned and found himself face to face with a girl who looked to be about his age. She had long, flowing hair, the color of moonlight, and eyes that shimmered like amethysts. She wore a simple tunic and leggings, but her presence radiated power. "Who are you?" Liam asked, his voice trembling slightly. "I am Selene," the girl replied, "keeper of the pathways between worlds, and you, Liam, are a traveler." Liam frowned. "I don't understand. Where am I? How did I get here?" Selene smiled gently. "You are in the multiverse, Liam. A place where an infinite number of worlds exist side by side. The stone you found, the Shimmering Stone, is a key that unlocks the pathways between these worlds. Liam stared at her, his mind struggling to grasp the enormity of what she was saying. Infinite worlds? Pathways between them? It was too incredible to believe. "But why me?" Liam asked, his voice barely a whisper. "Why would the stone bring me here?" Selene's expression turned serious. "The Shimmering Stone doesn't choose its travelers at random, Liam. It brought you here because you are needed." "Needed?" Liam echoed, confusion furrowing his brow. "Needed for what?" Selene took a step closer, her gaze piercing. "The multiverse is in danger, Liam. And there are whispers of a missing soul, a soul that holds the balance between worlds, a soul that was taken." Liam's breath caught in his throat. He didn't understand everything Selene was saying, but he could sense the urgency in her voice. He could feel the weight of her words settling upon him. "What does this have to do with me?" he asked, his voice barely audible. Selene placed a hand on his shoulder, her touch sending a shiver down his spine. "Your father, Liam, he was a traveler too." Liam's heart pounded in his chest. His father? The father he had never known, the father who had disappeared when Liam was just a baby. What did Selene know about him? "My father," Liam whispered, his voice hoarse with emotion. "What about him?" Selene's eyes seemed to glow with an inner light. "Your father was a guardian, Liam, a protector of the balance between worlds. He was taken to a place where the Shimmering Stone holds no power, a place beyond the reach of its light." "Taken?" Liam repeated, his mind reeling. "Taken by who?" "By those who seek to control the multiverse," Selene replied, her voice filled with sadness. "By those who would see its delicate balance shattered." Liam stared at her, trying to process everything she had told him. His father was a traveler, a guardian, and he had been taken to a place beyond the reach of the Shimmering Stone. It was too much to comprehend. "But what can I do?" Liam asked, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and determination. "I'm just a kid." Selene smiled sadly. "You are more than you know, Liam. The Shimmering Stone chose you for a reason. It senses your father's strength within you. It senses your destiny." "Destiny?" Liam echoed, his mind spinning. What did it mean, destiny? What did Selene think he was capable of? "You are the only one who can save your father, Liam," Selene said, her voice soft but insistent. "You are the only one who can restore balance to the multiverse." Liam felt a weight settle upon his shoulders, a weight heavier than anything he had ever felt before. The fate of the multiverse, the life of his father, it all rested on his shoulders. He looked at the Shimmering Stone in his hand, its surface swirling with colors that seemed to beckon him forward. He knew that his life would never be the same again. Fear still gnawed at the edges of Liam's mind. He was just a boy, thrust into a world he didn't understand, tasked with a responsibility he wasn't sure he could bear. But beneath the fear, a new feeling was taking root. Determination. The thought of his father, a man he had never known but yearned for his entire life, trapped in some unknown place, fueled a fire within him. He wouldn't let his father down. He wouldn't let the multiverse fall into darkness. He looked at Selene, his eyes filled with a newfound resolve. "What do I need to do?" Selene's lips curled into a small smile. "You must learn to control the Shimmering Stone's power," she said. "You must learn to navigate the pathways between worlds. You must become the traveler you were born to be." Liam nodded, his grip tightening on the stone. He was ready. He would face whatever challenges lay ahead. He would find his father. He would save the multiverse. This was his destiny. Selene raised her hand, and a swirling vortex of light opened up beside them. Liam could feel the pull of the pathway urging him forward. He took a deep breath and stepped through. The world dissolved around him, replaced by a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds. He felt a sense of falling, of weightlessness, as he tumbled through the void between worlds. And then, just as quickly as it had begun, the journey ended. Liam found himself standing on solid ground once more, but the world around him was unlike anything he had ever seen before. His adventure had begun.